It's Bourbon Night, it's a flight fight, it's a double blind flight fight.
I have nothing to say now because Chad took all the things.
I did, I took them all.
That's Chad, I'm Sarah.
There you go. Double blind a second time.
Right, we did this before. The folks from Agent Or sent us in their little sample bottles a double blind flight fight, and you guys liked it so much that we're doing it again. This time it's brought to you by a very generous patron who also used the Agent Or sample bottles.
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
All right, Sarah, what's in this flight?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Damn.
I guess we should say that up front. Like, we have absolutely no parameters for this flight.
They might not even all be bourbons.
Right. From pouring them,
Just
it
looking at the
smelled
color.
like there could be an international whiskey in
We'll
here.
see.
Or two. We have no idea.
And it's also a 5 flight, as you may have
So
noticed.
it should get real fun, especially when we go to the Patreon only another round.
So that means we should go ahead and get started with Whiskey A.
Slightly familiar.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Like, at first I was like, oh, it's a bourbon. And then I was like, oh, wait, maybe it's not. There's a light fruity note in there. I want to say like a really light peachy note.
Yeah, there is something very light, kind of summery to it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go for the taste. Here we go.
The element of surprise. Like, I'm thinking in Matt Madness terms right now. Like, Chad, is this a Kentucky straight bourbon?
Yeah.
Is this a, I don't know, is this a wheat whiskey? Is this is this Irish? Like, I don't
Sure.
it's not Irish, I don't think.
If you guys aren't familiar with Matt Madness, it's ADHD Whiskey, another whiskey tube channel here, who we've been participating in some blind guessing games, much like this. Except Sarah, we're not in Kansas anymore. We're not in Matt Madness territory.
No.
Those tend to stay more within, they're not.
The American whiskey realm.
There's no purposeful curveballs. I feel like this is the Wild Wild West.
It's very easy. It's light, it's sweet, kind of a syrupy texture. I want to put this around maybe 90 proof.
I was gonna say 86 to 90 proof.
Yeah, right in that range. Like, I wouldn't go all the way to 80, but I don't think it's 100 either. So, yeah, I think 86 to 94 maybe.
Very easy to drink, I'll say that.
Easy.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think we are back in Kansas now.
Now
or
you
maybe, should I say Kentucky?
You're speaking my language now.
It's deep, dark, and rich. It's got the
Oak notes
oak but like the, is it like a pear or not a pear, what am I saying? Strike that. It's like raisin or a dark plum. It's got that.
But I can see how you got it mixed up with pear.
Word, Sarah.
I also love how you said strike that. Like, we have that, what is it called, a stenographer, like, sitting over there being like, do.
Strike that from the record, please.
It's not a thing.
The jury will ignore pear.
Oh, this smells
And it looks
fancy.
good. Ooh, fancy. I like a fancy pour.
It smells fancy.
I'm a fancy boy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we're talking.
Okay, another planet from pour A, from the first pour. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to have a second sip because of my taste buds are feeling different after the first pour.
I'm getting sorta some Buffalo Tracy vibes, maybe Sazerac vibes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Or
Oh, I don't get that from the nose.
maybe it's like a Turkey or a Heaven Hill, or Jim Beam or Four Roses, or a Brown Foreman.
Oh, okay,
or-
so just one of the major distilleries.
I'm just hoping I get it.
And maybe something older. I mean, I think from the oaky, the presence of the oak and like the little leathery.
So this might be an older thing. I strike Buffalo Trace from the record, please.
I'm getting something older, yeah, but not super. I feel like my taste is off now. I don't think it's super high proof.
Well, let's save it for round 2, Sarah. Save it for round 2, okay? Don't get too hung up in round 1.
You're the one who's hung
what.
up on striking this and striking that. Whoa.
Well, hey, come on now. What's
that?
That's happening around here. What's
what
going
is
around? That is, well,
It smells like faux butter. Like,
Butter?
What do you call the liquid butter? I forget. what it's
Clarified.
called. Clarified butter.
clarified butter. Just let us clarify that. Yeah, okay.
And honestly, like,
yeah, but I was gonna say grain forward because
Beach
of
grass.
the corniness, but your clarified butter thing, it's like, yes, buttered movie theater popcorn.
I almost said buttered popcorn, but it's got a grassy note in there too, so it smells like
I think that's the grainy.
buttered popcorn, but there's also, I smell like, like
You smell like what?
at the beach, like when there's like grasses and it's salty.
Sure.
Weird. This is weird.
We just gotta taste
It also
this.
smells salty.
Yeah. Okay, this is not a bourbon. This isn't a bourbon.
don't know if this one's for me.
Whoa.
I wasn't prepared.
Dry. It's dry. It's dry.
This one's not for me. Okay, I'm trying to like get out of my personal bias against like I find it to be salty, buttery whiskey.
Salty, buttery whiskey.
And
Go on.
something about it is, I wish I could put my finger on it, not sitting right with me.
Uh-huh.
It's like bringing up some sort of a past experience that I don't know, like eating or being somewhere that's giving me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know what.
Something just occurred to me, Sarah.
What?
These were double blind to us, and we still did our mix up.
Right.
Which wasn't necessary. We could have just done A, B, C, D, E in order, but we mixed them up. So
it's too late now, Chad. We're already in this thing.
I know, but if there were like if the master creator of this flight had a plan of like start with A, then go to B, then I want you to go to C, we completely
messed it up.
Kicked that out the window. Because what just occurred to me was this tastes so different because we just came off of whatever B is, which is like, I gotta say that's a bourbon.
This is not a bourbon.
And this is not. So what a juxtaposition.
Whew, that's a good point, Chad. Back to familiar territory.
It's like A's a little different, B's classic. C is way different, D is like back to classic. And that was just by chance, because like I said, we did mix these up. But the color.
Why did we do that? Why did we do that?
Color's back. You're getting your color back, Sarah, after Whiskey C.
I think I might have, yeah.
You passed out there for a while. I don't know if you knew that.
Like, error, page not found.
404. No, classic.
Yeah.
This one's got a little more sweetness on it, comparing it to its closer brother B.
A little desserty.
Yes.
They're only related now because they're, I think, the two bourbons that we've tasted so far.
Agreed.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That is a little more.
This one might be my favorite so far. This is really.
It's not as viscous. Doesn't have as good of a mouthfeel. I feel.
So you're telling me my experience is wrong? Well, no, Sarah, that's not right.
You think you're feeling this, but let me clue you in. I don't know. For me, it doesn't taste as, or doesn't feel as viscous in the mouthfeel area. Still really good. Second sip.
I mean, I'd have to go back for another taste, but I don't know if I agree with that. I think it has a nice mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I like it. It's got like some dark berry and brown sugar and those wood tones in it, and I like that. It's got a nice long finish. I'm getting some proof on it.
Second sip gave me some heat.
Yeah, it gets some heat, but I'm kind of feeling like 120-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really hangs out. I mean, lowest, I mean, I guess you could say it could be 110, but it could also be like 130.
It keeps getting better and better. This is the definition of the flight fight effect. We were coming off of Whiskey C, which was very out of the ordinary for our experience. Whiskey, or sample D, however you want to say this, I feel like it might be a little north of 120. It does have a better mouthfeel now that I sort of got Whiskey C off my palate.
I don't know. I'm like...
It smells vintage.
Nervous now.
Well, look at the color. The color will give you
No, I
confidence.
know. On the nose, there's something earthy, outdoorsy about it. It's like light and floral, but also a little sweetness and some earthy, outdoorsy notes. So to me, it's not as easily readable as like, oh, this is a bourbon. It smells like brown sugar and caramel and maple and vanilla and oak.
I agree.
Like, it's got some different things.
Got a nice little citrus pop and a little spice in there. I don't know. Let's just go in for it. Not what I was expecting.
No. I mean, I think it's actually more in line with what I was expecting based off the nose. I don't think it's a bourbon straight up like you were saying.
There's something different here.
Yeah.
Honestly, coming off of sample D, it tastes a little thin.
It has like a sugar-free butterscotch candy flavor. You know, when you have something that's sugar-free at first, you're like, oh, this tastes pretty much the same. And then by the finish, it's like the lingering taste it gives you on your palate after it's done. You're like, that's not real sugar.
There, I was lied to.
That's not it.
I don't know. I'm getting a low-proof vintage vibe off of this. It could be a vintage 80 because 80 proof just drinks differently when it's vintage.
It could be a vintage.
Or like an 86.
I could see that where the butterscotchy caramely is going, but I think if this is a vintage, potentially it oxidized a little bit because like on the finish, I'm really getting it on the sides and the back of my tongue.
Yeah.
And in like a slight bitterness. So I think if it is a vintage, it's probably been either open for a while or there was some cork issues or something with it. But I could see where you're going with that.
Okay, well, we wanted to take a break. We need to take a break so we can let our palate reset before we go back into round 2. But of course, we want to tell you about our home on the internet is whiskyambitions.com. Back in stock, we have Cut Crystal Glencairns, this new t-shirt, the spring candle, postcards, which is new, and of course, always our glassware, hats, hoodies, and more always coming soon at whiskyambitions.com.
We also have a barrel safe coaster, which is cool.
Barrel safe coaster is new.
Made by Patron also.
I forgot.
Speaking of Patreon, you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join for as little as $1 a month. That's where we release our exclusive barrel picks, the opportunity to participate in those barrel picks, and after the episode exclusives with Chad and Sarah, that's us, like another round that we'll do after this episode. So go check it out.
Okay, be right back. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around. This is round 2. This is where everything really reveals itself. We make our judgments off of round 2. So we're going to go back to Whiskey A, second time.
I will say second round, A is coming across more like cherry licorice to me.
I do get the cherry.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say this was a Willet product.
Will it? Will it or won't it? I don't know.
I don't know any better. It could be.
Huh. I definitely get more cherry second round.
If I had to guess, I would say Willet. That'd be my best guess.
It's very sweet. This might be the most sweet candy-ish one in here.
It's a little sweet. It's a little light. It's okay. And cherry and licorice are not my favorite flavors, so... Oh.
Yes, please.
I'm so torn between nosing this one and bourbon or whiskey D back to back right now.
Right.
Just to see.
That'll happen.
That'll happen later. I know. I can't wait.
Whoa.
I mean, it just smells like. Well, I guess that. I've never gotten that reaction before. Yikes.
Well, smell like this, and we'll talk.
It smells very like caramel cakey.
Caramel
I don't know.
I want to drink it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Good night. Good night, nurse.
As memory serves, this does have the best mouthfeel.
Okay.
And it does have a nice solid punch of oak on the finish. It's not too oaky. I get that, if I had to guess, I'd say it's 12 to 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It goes a little dry because of that heavy oak.
Yeah, it might be like upper 15 year.
It could be 14, 15, yeah. Okay.
Not picking up my nuttiness-o-meter is not going off, so I don't think this would be like a Jim Beam, although if it is...
You did name all the major distilleries
earlier. I will be shocked, yeah. Wow, this is just classic. This is right
It's
up
pretty classic.
my alley.
Yeah.
So glad we have more of this in that
Yeah,
sample.
I'm enjoying that a lot. I will say, on the first round, I should have said, I recognize that this does have a good mouthfeel. It coats your mouth really nicely.
Do a compliment sandwich.
Right, I'm trying to do a compliment sandwich. For some reason, whatever this scent is like telling everything in my body to not drink it again.
I don't know how to summarize the nose. It's sort of like, you know how we were saying something later in the flight, we were saying it was like a synthetic flavor.
Sugar-free butterscotch candy or
right,
something like
yes.
faux sugar.
Faux sugar. This is sort of like faux smoke. It's like liquid smoke. It's not real heavy on that, but there's like a synthetic-y something in there.
I mean, I guess I get like a note of smoke.
Okay, second sip, I'll tell you this, Sarah. I get a little bit of honey. There's a little bit of honey, like a really weak tea.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, this almost reminds me of like I drink dandelion tea sometimes.
Okay.
And it reminds me of that with honey. And it comes across very salty to me.
All right, we're done with C. Let's move on.
It's just,
Okay,
it is pleasing. Very
caramel.
pleasant,
It's heavy.
easy.
Heavier on the caramel.
I still get that like brown sugar berry
Yes,
thing
brown
going on.
sugar for sure. I am looking forward to the A/B testing part where, as you said, we can put this up against Whiskey B. Classic. Look it up in the dictionary. It's this. And also B.
If I had to say, I guess this one was sitting more around the 100 proof mark.
I thought second sip, I really got some heat on this guy. Hold on. Because coming off a C, you are not in normal territory.
That's true. Okay.
Yep, there it is. More heat, a little more dryness.
Maybe I'd
Big
say
rush of heat.
110, 115.
Upwards 120.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think
getting
115. I'm gonna sit at 115.
Right there on the tongue. I don't know.
It's
Interesting to find
nice.
out.
It's pleasant. I like it.
Looking forward to trying it not with C after it.
Yeah. I'm struggling. Okay.
All right.
Again with that like earthy, interesting floral note.
I still get vintage vibes. Now, it might not be vintage, and I am completely ready to face that fact, but I get the vibes off it anyway. That's what it's giving me.
I feel like what we said the first round, though, like, if it's not vintage, I feel like that's still deductive reasoning-wise, like, a pretty good guess. Like, it has that carameliness. So
little funk.
And it has that earthy funk that, like, if we're working backwards, like, okay, that makes sense for a vintage that maybe got oxidized a little bit. I don't think that's not logical, right?
Right. It's logical,
It's
Captain.
a good guess, in my opinion. We'll see if it's a good guess when we reveal.
Star Trek reference doesn't happen often. Enjoy it. Thinner than the nose was giving off. I feel like this,
I think it's an 80.
I think it is an 80. An 80 proof vintage is what I'm getting.
An 80 proof vintage, maybe 86.
Yeah.
That has.
It's not going to be that. I feel like it's not going to be that at all.
A cork issue or something. I hope whoever knows the answer to this is out there laughing. Actually, you guys
just
probably
a
know.
product of the times, you know?
Oh.
It might not even be a cork issue. Just a product of the times, how they made things differently.
Well,
back
it's been a
then,
long
and
time.
It's been a long time.
The risk of air getting to it is
been a
high
long time
over those
since I rock and rolled.
All right.
Okay, so this is the part of the episode where we break away from you guys. We start A/B testing these things, back-to-back things that were not back-to-back before.
Like B&D.
We really need it in this flight. Oh my God. And if you are a patron, we actually show this part in another round with Chad and Sarah, so you can kind of hear our thoughts of how we
got to the end.
Our results. But
for the rest of you, it's just sped up.
It's just sped up. Chipmunks. So we will see you in
Results time.
There you go.
This is going to be a little bit of a different results time, Chad, because normally we just look on the bottom and we see, okay, it's this. We actually have we have to decode it, and then we have an envelope. What we're not going to do, the whiskeys were all labeled A through E. We mixed them up and then relabeled them A through E. So what we're not going to do is say, whiskey C came in last place, and that's actually whiskey B, and that's this. We're going to correlate. This A will be 1,
the B
will be 2,
yeah,
and so on, so that you don't so that your brain doesn't explode. Because mine almost
mine's already exploded. So
why did we do this to ourselves? I don't know.
Who knows? Shocker, whiskey C came in last place.
It did. So
C.
Oh wait, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's how we should have done it.
That's how we should have done it.
But we're not smart people.
We're not smart.
So C is actually
whiskey
5.
E 5. See, I'm already confused.
Yeah. Ooh. I love it has our logo right here on the back. I mean, these are great. What happened? Something fly out?
No wonder. Something did fly out, but I think it's what it is. Oh, I see the connection. So I thought that these were all at least whiskeys. This is a extra añejo tequila.
Not a whiskey. Not even a whiskey.
It is aged 3 years, 1 month in ex-bourbon barrels. So that
There's the correlation.
I was like, what is this? It's so salty.
Hey, tell you what, Sarah, in almost 6 years, this is a first.
The
first non-whiskey on its bourbonite. Because Cane is extra añejo tequila.
Is that how you say? 100 proof. Oh, we said 80.
We did?
We did. We said like super light. Yeah.
Maybe.
We said low proof. Yeah. So it's aged 3 years in ex-bourbon barrels. So that's, I think, maybe where the confusion was coming from. Because I was like, I've never tasted anything like this.
Right.
No wonder I had that reaction to it.
You were taken back to your early 20s where you were taking tequila
That
shots.
is exactly it. That makes so much sense now as to
PTSD.
why I was having a physical reaction of like,
guttural
I
reaction.
I don't want it.
No more shots.
Like, please no more
shots.
Because unless it's chilled with salt and the lime, and even still, I'm gonna have that like I gotta take a deep breath and steady myself. I gotta get like a shot. You can't see it, but a shot taking stance.
Shot-taking stance.
Ooh, it brought back some memories.
Okay, well now we know.
It makes so much sense now. I'm not crazy.
In therapy, this is what we call a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Wow.
Whew.
Okay. We didn't say this at the tippity, but we have the same order.
We do have the same
So
order.
this will actually be easier.
Yeah, it will be.
We agreed this round. A.
Whiskey A.
Whiskey A is number 2.
So we put number 2 in 4th place.
B. Number 2.
We just don't want to confuse you.
Yeah. Number 2. Oh, it's in here.
Oh.
We are looking at the Wolves Rye Project Volume number 1. So it's a rye.
This is A. in collaboration with Willet Distillery. Did I not say it?
All right.
Did I not say it?
Okay. Oh, she is jacked, ladies and gentlemen.
I called that. Matt, you better be watching.
Oh, good. She's calling out Matt Porter. Wolves, in collaboration with Willet Distillery. Proof 103. Age undisclosed.
I think we said around 100.
Blend of 6-year-old 51% rye whiskey, barely legal rye. 6 and 7-year-old 74% rye whiskey.
Are you guys proud? Because I'm proud.
Wowzers.
Whoa.
A rye. So we have not had a bourbon yet. But that makes sense. I feel like the bourbons are up here in the winning spot.
Which it is its bourbon night. So.
We both put, I'll say sample E, because don't even know if we can call it a whiskey. Sample E in third place.
Which is,
sample E is
actually
1.
Oh, I'm so hyped. This one was... whoa. This is Orphan Barrel Lost Prophet. Distilled in the George C. Stagg Distillery, matured in Stitzelweller Rickhouse, and bottled at the George Dickel Distillery. 90.1 proof, which I think we did say... I think we said 80.
I think we said 80.
Aged 22 years.
We said it had, yeah.
We said it
we
had
said vintage.
Funk. Vintagey funk. It is 22 years old. It's not vintage, but it's got funk.
Okay, have not.
This is honestly the most twists I have ever had in a fly fight before.
Have not had a lost profit.
Not had a lost profit.
Until now. Wow.
This is insane, you guys. Are you having fun? I'm having fun.
I'm having a great time. We put sample B in first place, shocker. So.
Well, we don't know. Let's go, because it's all a surprise.
That's true.
So let's go second place.
Second place, whiskey, or sample
D. Which is also
D. How about that?
Or 4, whatever you want to go by.
Okay. Whiskey, or sample D is... Whoa!
You did say Buffalo Trace.
So I no longer strike that from the record.
You did strike it from the record.
Stag Junior Batch 17, which we have not had before. Another, we have 16s. The last one we have 128.7.
I said 115 proof.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, sir. I think it's north of 120.
At first you said, I don't know. I don't feel like it's got a lot going on compared to B.
Second sip, I was like, hello. So if a Stag Junior, which has been in a lot of our top 5's best blind of the year, came in second in this crazy ass flight, what is happening with number 1?
I really, in the comments below, tell us if you love the mystery flight, because
I love the mystery.
I think that this is fun for me. I don't know if it's fun for you who's watching, but I'm having a great time.
I love the mystery.
All right, so we only have one envelope left. We put sample B, obviously. It's this one in first place.
Number 3. Drum roll.
What beats Stag Junior Batch 17?
Oh God, please be something awesome.
What a roller coaster ride of samples.
I'm in a glass case of emotions. Son! What?
He's gone.
What? Kevin!
This is Booker's Rye 2016 limited edition. 136.2 proof. Aged 13 years, 1 month, and 12 days. I said between 12 and 14 years. Now, neither of us said it was a rye.
We didn't, but...
Wild.
Oh my God. I also said my Jim Beam nuttiness meter's not going off. Well, it's a rye.
It's a rye.
But we were like, in round 1,
Once
we were
again,
like, we're done. This is it. This is the number 1.
Once again, Chad picks a Beam product for his number 1. Who's shocked?
But it's so good.
I don't remember it being this oaky. But it's been 3 years since I've tried it. No, that's not true. It's been a year.
What's the proof on it again?
136.2. It does not drink like that.
It is so lovely.
I didn't expect any of this. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you to our patron who supplied this double blind flight. What a roller coaster.
Let us know in the comments, if you like this, because this was so much fun.
It was record-breaking. The first ever non-whiskey on its bourbon night.
It's true.
The third time in history we've had Booker's Rye.
Our second double blind flight fight.
Yes.
In recent memory.
First time we've had all the other 4. Very, very cool.
Very cool.
Hey, If you've not subscribed to us, you need to for reactions like that. We would love to have you. You can do so by clicking right up here. There are suggestions of other videos down here. Help see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Smash Patron. Until next time, drink more bourbon.